I cross out IQ. I mean, there's no point.
I'm good with it.
Wait, who you say, Javon?
I said I crossed out IQ.
He said he's crossing it out. I agree.
All right.
We can sit here and debate about that shit. What facts and points we really got? Stats and awards. I think LeBron got the stats and awards.
Yeah.
That's what he. That's what I think. His prime to fame when he argues against anybody is his stats and his awards.
Hold on, did Tony answer dribbling?
I agree.
I mean, 3 people already said dribbling, so I just.
Yeah, and Ant said he agreed. So.
Yeah. Everybody agree with stats and awards, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna favor LeBron.
I didn't want to assume just because I said that y'all would just automatically agree.
Mm-hmm.
I test.
Kobe.
In terms of what?
Exactly.
Who's the better player?
Exactly.
Who's the better player? I test.
Oh, better player? I'm about to go with LeBron then. I like Kobe. I would rather be Kobe just because everybody wants to be the guy, but LeBron consistently makes the right play. And when you look at being like a basketball player, that's what I look at.
Consistently made the right play. Why he got a losing record in championships? Why wasn't he making the right play then?
That's a broad ass question, bro.
Are we getting into this right now, or are we gonna say that a little bit later?
Let me fuss with the moderator real quick. Why'd you ask that question right now? Why that couldn't be at the end? Because then we could look back at the numbers and I could start pointing at some of these kids on the screen.
Yo, what's up with the disrespect, yo?
Exactly. I'm about to say, come
on. How you call them niggas and kids, Mo?
Like I'm a grown ass man with a wife. What we doing?
Yeah, you better call that nigga a grown ass man.
With a wife.
With a wife.
With a wife. Yeah. Let it be known, James. Let it be known. With a wife.
Hold up. Ain't you like a doctor too? Hold up, huh?
That counting.
You a doctor.
Dr. J.
I love Dr. J.
I test, man. Come on.
I'm pleading the fifth. I'm going with the
tie. Ron, who you say?
I said Kobe.
I'm gonna have to go with LeBron then. And I know you're gonna go Kobe, so I guess.
Yeah, I already put the winner on that one. Level of difficulty. Who won more with less? Who had the harder road?
What we consider winning? Championships or season games?
Ooh.
I guess.
What are you playing for? When you come to the league, what are you playing for?
I'll be honest with you.
What is the question? Who won more with less? Is that the actual question?
I think that's LeBron.
Is that the question though? That's the question. Who won more with less?
I wrote level of difficulty. If you want to say who won more with less,
or you're saying that's part of the difficulty? Is that part of the difficulty?
I say that was part of it.
Yeah, I'm going with LeBron. I'm going with LeBron for sure. It's LeBron.
If we're talking about championships, I would say LeBron. But if we're talking about, I'm gonna be difficult. You ready? I'm gonna be difficult. If we're talking about the level of teammates that the player had to play with and won ball games with those guys, I'm gonna say Kobe.
Now, are you gonna add in the fact that this is what has been reported forever, that players didn't want to play with Kobe? So it's he made it difficult himself.
I mean, but niggas didn't want to play with Jordan.
I mean, yeah, but that's yeah, I get that.
But I mean, free agency wasn't that big when Jordan was around.
So
all I'm gonna say is this:
more people that got.
But isn't that like another question though?
Yeah,
who it's kind of it's kind of all together.
So no, it's not. No, it's not. He said. No, it's not.
I mean, level of difficulty. Let's stick to that.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did LeBron James ever win a championship with a league MVP? No. Kobe did 3 times.
You're right. Did LeBron James ever win an Olympic championship without an MVP?
Oh, so now he talking Olympics.
I'm just asking because you bringing up these random. That was random because you wanted to bring up random because you were talking about.
No, this has to do with what we're talking about.
What? I'm just saying, bro. You're talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about.
This is exactly what we're talking about because we're talking about who had it.
So if you want to just break it down and we just go random, right? Go random, and we're talking about
that wasn't random. What I said.
Okay, no, he won with
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq, right?
3 times.
Right.
3 times.
3 times. But I don't have enough paper to give you the list of all the fucking Hall of Famers and All-Stars LeBron won with and lost with.
You can tell me about all the players that LeBron played with at various points of their time. Stop making it seem like he played with a lot of these players when they were in their prime. A lot of the time, the reason why you get to play with a bunch of Hall of Famers.
Bosh and Wade was in their prime.
That's true.
Kyrie, AD, and they
I love that. I love that. I love that because he also had.
We just talked about. I just named 5 great players, all-stars, superstars.
And where did those players stack up to Shaquille O'Neal? Where did those players stack up to Prime Gasol? You know what I'm saying? Because I got Paul Gasol over Chris Bosh. I got Paul Gasol over Chris Bosh for sure.
Okay, but I got Wade over almost everybody except Shaq.
So you except for Shaq though. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to.
But if you give me Wade and Bosh, then that's a cancel to me.
I'm not saying it's that
with
LeBron has it. I'm not saying LeBron is less or more, but I'm gonna say this: they're very close. That's all I'm gonna say. It's very close to me. Like it ain't that far apart either way. If you want to say he had more or he had less, it ain't that close because, like I said, we can highlight great players that they both played with, and like I said, Kobe played with a league MVP for 3 championships, which is the peak of his run. The peak of LeBron's run will be Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
Was a league MVP or championship MVP?
He was a league MVP as well as a Finals MVP
for both those 3 years.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
This quick ask question because this is the conversation me and Tony have a lot of times, and I want to bring this up because I feel like every time we get to this conversation, we forget the team aspect and we start thinking about individuals.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, because if you think about it, right? If we could go to the Miami Heat team, you know how many all-stars they had that was on and off the bench?
Loaded teams.
Right.
But,
and so it's like, so this is the thing when all those numbers you were talking about, whether it comes to stats, when it comes to assists, when it comes to rebounds, or when it comes to LeBron's own scoring. This man has had a lot more to get to where he had to get to. And we're talking about one person that Kobe was passing the ball to. They were just playing hot potato between the both of them.
Not one. It's Gasol. It's other people. I ain't gonna just say.
Well, I mean, Gasol, but each time we're talking about something. Okay, put you like this, right? I'm gonna put you like this. And I've said this before. We could find my. You got me animated now. You can find my little screenshots that I did before and everything. I have seen LeBron win plenty of games under 20 points based on the people that he has had, versus someone like Kobe and everything. The only time you can really find Kobe under 20 points and stuff was in the finals. That's a fact. In the finals, when he had Shaq and everything, he was below his numbers and everything. But
he was hurt though.
But I mean, hurt or not hurt, people don't want to hear that. I'm a test for that too. I mean, if you're on the floor, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm not gonna really talk about the hurt or the if you're injured, you're out. You're hurt, you're on the floor. You feel me?
Though. Hey, when Shaq fouled out, who won the game? Who finished those games, hurt or not?
Right. But that's
it's not about play because we're looking at it. Because people talk about that championship game about stats. But they intentionally tried to hurt this man, and he still closed out these games.
But that's even to more to my point though. What I'm saying in this though, where Shaq and Kobe couldn't sit back. Shaq and Gasol couldn't sit. I mean, Gasol and Kobe couldn't sit back. But there was plenty of games where, like the Golden State Warriors, where these guys would be up by the third quarter and they don't have to play in the fourth because of the whole team that they had.
I'm kind of disagree. Maybe Curry and them was winning so much they could.
I'm about to say, like, what are you talking about?
I kind of disagree. No. I'll say LeBron is more of a stat stuffer than win so much that he could just sit down. LeBron is always in the game.
But I'm not talking about stat stuffing though. I'm not.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I disagree with you saying that LeBron was sitting on the bench a lot with just 20.
No. I never said sit on the bench. I say he can sit back. He can sit back and not be always the primary guy to go score. He can kick it. He can kick it back. I have said it before. I've seen a lot of nights when he can go 24 and 10 assists and win a lot of ball games. I have witnessed LeBron lose when he had like 44 points and only 2 assists.
Kobe lost a lot like that too.
But hold on. Yeah. Kobe has won game 7 of the NBA Finals. When he dropped 21, he won a game. What are you talking about? Like, there's plenty of games. There are games where Kobe. Okay, go ahead.
You see how you're talking about that? Hold on. You see how you're bringing up finals? I'm bringing out preseason, season, playoffs, finals. We can always circle back to one game.
Okay.
But one game is always so easy to circle back to someone's flaws or someone's success. I am bringing up preseason.
You're right. I got the stats. Okay.
Finals. Okay.
I have a question for you, Ron.
I got something for you.
So
I got you.
Why are you bringing that up though? I'm trying to figure that part out.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying that like LeBron can win games by only dropping 20, like what does that mean?
Did you not hit the other stat? Don't just say 20.
I didn't.
So what he's saying, what Ron is saying is basically
I'm trying to understand.
Kobe and Shaq, they could not rest to win those games. LeBron had enough talent on his team that he could sit back and let some of that other talent win those games. Kyrie, Wade, Bosh. He had a lot of talent. That's what basically Ron's saying.
What I would say is LeBron's a facilitator for all that shit.
But
he may have 20, but
it's easy to facilitate when you got the guys that you got.
Mm-hmm.
But
he's not facilitating to one guy because listen, this is always the conversation. Every time we do this, Kobe, it's always Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq versus 20, 25 niggas that LeBron has played with.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Can I interject?
No, go ahead.
Ron is not wrong in what he just said right there. But you have to understand that basketball has evolved throughout the generations. When Kobe and Shaq was playing, it was a 2-man game, and they had 2 of the best men. Also something that you said, right? Okay. You said he hasn't won playoff. There's not a bunch of playoff games you can name where Kobe sat back. I got his stat sheet. Let's just go with 04 because we all know Kobe was a beast in 04, right? I'm not even into the finals. I got games where he scored 20 points. This is in the first round of the playoffs. 27, 25, 17, 12. Next round, 19, 32, 28, 28, 11, 17. Next round, 27, 14, 22, 19, 17, 25. Then we get to the finals in which they lost, but he was cooking in that zone 34, 29, 14, 36, and 20. So it ain't like Kobe didn't have games where he could sit back and chill too. That's what I'm saying. We got to be careful.
Had talent, man.
Yes, that's why I always say
that's why I said I disagree. They all
don't get into the talent.
We can't. We can get into talent, but every team has talent. Nobody has won anything without talent. Yeah. We all know that. You can't name me not one person. And Kobe had elite talent without at least enough Hall of Famers on their team, or superstars or all-stars. Listen, the level of difficulty, if we can just, it's so broad that we mixing that up and y'all arguing about a couple of random different things, but like it's kind of different. Yeah. If we're gonna talk about who had the best players on their team, or we're gonna talk about level of difficulty of like who had the hardest path, that's different. Because of level of difficulty, no one talked about what division they played in. No one talked about the competition they played in,
and the rules.
None of that.
The rules. Thank you, James. The rules matter.
No one even talked about the hand checking rules that changed after 04. Yeah. So no one said none of these things, which when we talk about a football game, we can sit here and talk about somebody right now being the best quarterback, but the rules is different for the quarterback that played back then versus the quarterback that played now. So how can I rank? Yes.
I'm sorry, this will be another pod for another day.
Yeah, but just spice it up.
Herbert is overrated. I just saw that for the first time. Somebody was yelling at.
Listen,
I just want to see what y'all think.
So no. Me and you, since you asked that question, we were so gun-ho on Herbert. And I know what Ron about to say, and I wanted to Herbert get it out before he said it. I know what he wanted to say, and I know he itching. Listen, Ron might be right a little bit about both of him and the other dude. They look about the same.
Trevor Lawrence.
Ooh, okay.
They look about the same.
But you're gonna look better if you start off on a better team.
Two peas in a pod.
Hold up. In football, a quarterback is gonna look better off the start if he has better teammates, right? In basketball, if you go to a team and you don't have great teammates, you're gonna have the green light to do whatever the fuck you want.
Like they do in Orlando right now.
Yeah, like LeBron
going off.
Back to
here we go.
Level of difficulty. I'm gonna just scratch that off because no one ever said anything or like ding 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 agree.
Well, everybody said LeBron.
No,
I said LeBron.
No, we all didn't.
LeBron, I thought you said
I'm saying LeBron.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying LeBron.
You was confused on what he's saying the whole time because
you're right.
I knew what he was saying, but it wasn't saying it clearly all the way right.
Okay. All right.
I'm saying Kobe.
That's a talent.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I just scratched it out.
That's fair.
Should I scratch out championship rings?
Should we?
I mean, numbers is basic.
So it's.
Are we still in a debate about who's the better player or who's the better winner, or are we? It's a combination.
We just going down the list, man. If we talking about the main four topics that we talked about in the beginning, that really judge a basketball player, it's Kobe. Because on scoring, we got Kobe. On defense, we got Kobe. On rebounds, we got LeBron. And on passing, we split.
Well, I don't agree with it, but okay.
I mean, we can stop here. I mean, ain't no point, but we can keep going because there's some things we definitely want to talk about. Who has the biggest liability out of these players?
LeBron.
What's that?
Free throws.
I think pure shooting, but that's free throws too.
Oddly enough, LeBron has true shooting percentage, which encapsulates like 3-point free throws in the paint, all that stuff. I get what you're saying. What's been Kobe's best teammate?
You say what?
Like, what's Kobe's best teammate in terms of shooting? Relax, Ron. Shooting.
No, the best teammate involved in
like shooting.
Oh, you mean like shooting?
Glenn Rice?
You mean like
Glenn Rice?
I'll say Derek Fisher. I'll say Derek Fisher.
All right, so
shooter, Glenn Rice was a better shooter than Derek Fisher.
Okay.
I definitely agree with that.
But when did he have Glenn Rice? Was it past the prime or
like 1 year, 1 or 2 years? They got one ring, I think. They got one ring with Glenn.
Now, can I just say this? Kobe's majority of the time when he's in the league, it wasn't a 3-point league.
There.
So that's not what he really needed. And that's why when you look at LeBron, that's really the elevation of when the Heat and those Spurs teams is what elevated the 3-pointer before even Steph really got to it. Because they were the teams that were number 1 and 2 in the league. You got to remember
back in the day.
And the Mavs too. My bad, you're right, man. I want to disrespect your team. Definitely the Mavs. Yeah, no, you're right. Definitely the Mavs for sure. So I feel like Kobe's. If we're trying to say like, that wasn't really what the Lakers needed at that time when Kobe was winning a lot. But I mean, he's had some shooters. I mean, even like what's the dude? Sasha
Vujacic.
Yeah, Vujacic. Yeah. Whatever. He was a nice dude. Derek Fisher.
All of them had a couple of shooters. Brian Shaw, Derek.
Hold on. Robert Horry. We forget all about Robert Horry.
Big shot Rob.
Yeah.
I mean, even Rick Fox was sat on the wing and just shot.
But you got to remember, like those dudes took maybe 4 threes a game compared to like you could be a role player in the NBA now and take 7 threes.
Yeah.
So a question is this: why do we bring that up?
That's what I was asking. Why did we?
Because, so the question originally was who has the biggest liability, right? And of course, LeBron's free throw shooting has been atrocious, like comparison to where he is on the scoring list, right?
Okay.
And then I was thinking, like, all right, so if that's LeBron's obvious answer, then what is the obvious answer for Kobe? And then I was like, all right, well, he doesn't really pass. And I was like, well, did he have people that can shoot him? And then
it's kind of hard to say a dude that average 5 assists can't pass.
I was about to say that's at one point in time. You mean the assist that
I'm not saying he can't. I'm saying he didn't really. But then I was like, all right. Then you brought up like, yeah, he actually did have shooters, and it wasn't like that in that era. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it's going to be LeBron.
I
had to think through it.
I would say his liability that we cannot prove. That's on the stat sheet is his maturity. Kobe's maturity.
Minus his shot choices. Kobe can take. He's the most difficult shot taker I've ever seen, but he also takes the most difficult shots.
Yeah, but don't you think that's maturity too, though?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I look at it being smart though, because it's like, all right, you know your teammates, right? And like I've seen Kobe say this in interviews. Like, yeah, I'm in there in the gym at 5 a.m. working, and they out at the club just partying, and then they come to practice all hungover and shit, and they don't work as hard as I do. And I practice these shots.
Is that a sign? Is that really a sign of maturity, though?
I'm not saying, but what I'm saying is it's not a sign of immaturity, in my opinion. Like that's how you framed it. Like he was immature for his shots. And I'm saying it's not, I don't look at it that way. I'm not saying that it's mature, but I'm saying it's not immature either.
Okay. I mean, it's something hard to prove. It's hard. It's something. It's something. Like I said, it's something hard to prove. I'm just going based off now, just just player teammate.
Okay. I can give you something that we could kind of prove that's been reported at least. And it's something that his idol struggle with too is trusting your teammates.
But isn't that maturity? That's like maturity, right? Like maturity is about saying you're gonna bring others with you and stuff. Versus
I mean, but I mean, you said you can't prove it. I can prove what I'm saying. I can prove what I'm saying. This is something that's been documented that he did not trust his teammates like that.
That's when I went around when I said like nobody wanted to play with Kobe for a stretch of period of time.
Okay.
But y'all talking about players. Okay. I ain't gonna get too much of that. I missed what y'all talking about, so I'm not.
No, we were still talking about the same shit in terms of like LeBron's biggest flaws is free throw shooting, and then we were talking and it's like, you know what, maybe Kobe's
personality.
Right.
Yeah.
Kobe's personality was, I'm so serious about this, and if you not, I don't respect you. And I'm not that social. I'm kind of socially awkward. I only know basketball, and basketball is all I'm about to do. And if you come to work bullshitting, I'm not fucking with you. And that's how Kobe was. I mean, listen, we can sit here and debate about these dudes like we hate the one we debating about. We talking about two great players that at the end of the day, this debate is only because you're great. You ain't gonna be in this debate if you not great.
Get out. Go.
I got a question for you. So based on everything you just said, which I agree 1,000%, right?
Oh.
How much do you put that on Kobe in terms of, you know how we were talking about the teammates he was playing with? How much is Kobe's fault?
Can I answer that?
How much is what Kobe's fault?
The fact that like we already said, like a lot of players didn't want to play with Kobe.
So I think it's Kobe's fault, but I think it's not just Kobe's fault because Kobe's just an asshole. Kobe's idol did that. So he followed exactly what he thought was supposed to be the model of what he thought success was. And let's go back to before social media, before every camera, before we saw everything that happened in the locker room. It's a bunch of stories. Players fight. There's a lot of players who didn't like certain players and they won chips, and they'll tell you every championship was not lovely. We did not like one another, but some of the best championships won rings with people who were not the best of friends. So friendships don't make great work success.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead. Got the floor.
I heard you seen that the Olympic documentary too.
Yes, I have. That did not help LeBron.
So, well, I don't even want. To me, it actually did help LeBron, but I want to highlight something that at least I took away from it, and I could be wrong. But what I noticed, because I've been a Kobe fan forever, so I remember when people didn't like Kobe. I saw the change when people started to like Kobe. I've seen a little bit of it all. So I remember around that time, like I said, Kobe maybe wasn't the most liked at the time, but watching that documentary, I saw that him being on the Olympic team actually opened him up.
It did. And
I think that was the catalyst of him starting mentoring the younger players from that time. And what I want to say about LeBron and what I did realize about LeBron, and I think this is just psychology right here. Like, you tend to like be harsher, for lack of a better words, on people that you see a lot of yourself in. And seeing LeBron behind the scenes, being a comedian, a jokester, I was like, yo, like, you know, we would fuck with LeBron if we knew him in person. He a funny dude. You could just tell, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell that LeBron's personality definitely opened up something in Kobe. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell, you know what I'm saying, through the document. That's what I took away from it.
You speak for yourself, but no, I'm fucking with you. I agree with the whole dynamic. I think they all helped one another.
Sure.
They helped Kobe open up, which I don't understand why Kobe wanted to not open up, because he felt vulnerable and he didn't want to give any nigga like any opportunity, and he took that shit so seriously. But they had to teach him not to be Kobe from LA.
Right.
We need you to be the player amongst these other great players, not this dude who need to take over every night, not this dude who needs to do this for this team. The social awkwardness that Kobe had was definitely helped by those teammates and that peer group. But what Kobe taught them was just as valuable as what they taught Kobe. Kobe taught them how to be winners. And when I say winners, I'm not talking about because he came there and they won the Olympics. I'm not trying to diss LeBron, because if you sitting there dissing LeBron, I'm dissing Wade and everybody on their team. So it's not about really Kobe came there, did anything. He helped them see how to be a professional. And you also saw the difference between two players who decided to follow Kobe and one who didn't, which is Melo, who was like, I ain't going down there 4 or 5 o'clock. And I heard Allen Iverson say this the other day. The difference between Kobe and everybody else was really the work ethic.
Yeah.
The fact that when we partying, he in the gym, and that's what makes him greater than most.
I mean, they said in the documentary, they said how they would go out partying. They said, then they see Kobe in the gym, and they said they start following Kobe. They start going to the gym early.
But you know, right after that Olympic season, LeBron got his first Defense Player of the Year award. Right after that Olympics, LeBron started getting a little bit better. I think Wade was already great, but it just helped him a little bit more. But I think they came back from there different.
No, I agree. I think the moral is like every player got to learn something. Even the greatest superstars still have things to learn. You know what I'm saying? And when you coming up, there's things for you to be learned. So it's
somebody got to teach you, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Somebody got to show you how to, like, think about the rookie players that come to the league and the NFL, and the old players be like, man, they don't know how to take care of their bodies. Somebody got to teach you how to do the proper things to take care of your body. Some of the players got to teach you how to be a better practicer, be a better player at his craft. You can be talented, but are you getting better? So the old players are definitely going to teach you, and you got to learn from somebody. Jordan learned from somebody. Jordan just didn't make all these moves up. He said he learned from all these different dudes and put it together.
Mm-hmm. Kobe, the same thing.
Kobe learned from more like just one dude, though.
No, he
was. Hold on. Kobe had Phil Jackson.
I'm joking.
Not only that,
no. I'm talking about people who's player who, like, if you mimic different players.
He took an off season and he was practicing with Akeem Olajuwon.
No, Kobe practiced with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, he's like, I need to learn these post moves.
I got a question for y'all.
So did Jordan, though. So did Jordan.
I got a question for y'all.
Last question.
What part of LeBron's game is coachable, and what players, like, do you see any players going to go learn something from LeBron versus learning something from Kobe?
I feel like if you're a point guard, you could definitely, there's things to be learned from LeBron.
I got one. I'll wait.
Off the top of my head, I mean, some of it is like, LeBron is 6'9", you know what I'm saying, 250, whatever he is. Like, that stuff can't be coached. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's God. You know what I mean? But the way he sees the game, that type of stuff, I think he can definitely pass that on to somebody else. But driving to the basket, like teaching them how he do that, I don't really know.
I think vision, though, that's everybody don't have that.
Yeah, but also it's something I listen to these basketball players, like when they talk. I was listening to Magic Johnson. He's talking about when he was in the finals and Isaiah was his best friend. And even back then, he was saying like Isaiah would come to the games. You know what I'm saying? He said he would talk to Isaiah after the game and walked him through the things that he was going through. And of course, we all know Isaiah went on to win 2 himself. But think about what he's telling us. It's like having another point guard let you know what they're going through, of course, is going to help you out as a point guard, you know what I'm saying? Especially, or a facilitator, you know what I mean? So I think that part of LeBron's game he could definitely pass that on, because I've already heard other great point guards talk about that, you know what I mean? The process of, just by explaining what I think can help somebody else out. So I think that could be definitely brought back.
Ron, you had something to say?
I'm driving to the lane. That's the only one I got. Driving to the lane.
First step I'll give to Kobe though.
Oh yeah.
So
because
go
ahead. My bad. Because to be honest with you, for how long we asked this question, right, about LeBron's game being coachable, I found more people's game looking like, not exactly, but to be clear, looking like Kobe's, and I could find LeBron's.
But to Anthony's point, I mean, we already kind of figured, that LeBron's game ain't coachable. That's ability. Like Shaq, you're not going to find another Shaq. You're not going to find another LeBron. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal type of stuff. Today, they just don't walk in the door every day. So, like, you don't got a 6'9", you don't got a Karl Malone guard.
Yeah. I guess it just depends on who you're coaching it to. Like, because I had a client not too long ago. One thing I like about LeBron, I'm going to be specific now about his driving. He knows how to keep people shoulder to shoulder with him. Like, he actually goes through you and keeps you, like, it just keep you here, which is actually coachable.
But have you seen shoulders too? Like, to those shoulders do help you create space.
Yeah, but it's also where he.
But technique is important.
He is the best at that. He is the best at using his shoulders.
It's also where he keeps the ball too, so that doesn't stop him from doing a layup. You know what I mean? That's where it's a good teaching tool. I've used it. It's you just got to have the mental just to say I'm gonna do it. But I've taught it.
Do y'all got any other questions?
Nah, man.
Obviously, this debate gonna go over and over. And to me, there's no clear winner. Even with us saying the scoring, defense, rebounding, passing, to me, it's all about what you like. This is more flavor, like we saw from the beginning. What you want, chicken or oriental? You want chicken or beef?
Yeah.
You want facilitating or assassin?
Yeah.
I mean, we all gonna debate about who makes the best play at the right situation. I mean, I think when it comes to style of play, Kobe and Mike's style of play is probably going to equate to more winning championships, though.
Now, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't know about now.
Now it's a little bit different. Like the way the game is now.
But then again, there's nobody really like
LeBron. If you take LeBron and you trade AD, like just trade AD to a bunch of different teams, you pick up the best shooters in the league. I don't think nobody's stopping LeBron.
Yeah, you're right. But if LeBron's so great, how come we never talked about how come he didn't win with AD? How come we didn't talk about how come he didn't win with these last loaded teams or how they've been failing?
So with LeBron and AD right now, right? You remember how you saw how the talk around AD maybe 4 years ago was like, yeah, he's a top 5 player, and how that just dropped off tremendously, which I could see happening around Kawhi soon now because he got hurt again. And he only played like 3 games.
I think he's about done.
Yeah, I think so.
Got hurt
too.
Again?
Yeah. And I fucked up because I drafted him. I got him in like the 3rd round. I was like, yeah, maybe he can make it. But no, he ain't make 3 fucking games.
I mean,
AD's not that stat that he used to be. Like that man is like brittle beyond belief. He falls every game. And then when he does fall, he's like, is he gonna get up?
Can we save AD for another pod? Because don't get me started on AD.
Yeah,
can we stop acting like everybody wins all their championships? Because they don't. Most people lose and have lost a championship game.
Yeah, but most of the people that you're right. Most people have lost, but most people we talking about don't have losing records in the championship game.
That's true, but then you also gotta remember, like,
how many was he favored to win though?
Where it's like LeBron was there every year.
and how many was he favored to win? Like so that's
LeBron,
the thing too.
So LeBron went to 10, right? Or 9? Mm-hmm. Kobe went to 7, right?
Kobe went 7, yep.
But who had the harder level of difficulty getting to the championship?
I say Kobe.
Kobe.
We can't act like them Celtics teams wasn't in LeBron's way.
That's one team.
You're right.
And he played Detroit. And he played the same Detroit team that beat that Lakers team. So don't forget that. He definitely the same Detroit team that beat the Lakers in the finals.
That Lakers team didn't win shit. That Lakers team without fucking Karl Malone and Kobe, you take them motherfuckers off. It's a different team. Listen, I'll give y'all Detroit.
Don't try to rewrite. Why we always gotta rewrite the history?
I'll give you Detroit. I'll give you the Celtics, right? But I can sit here and say with the Celtics that LeBron couldn't beat, that Kobe beat.
Sure, and that's kind of my point.
That's what I'm saying. But when you throw those type of points, they can come right back around. Is what I'm saying.
And I'm cool with that.
But you name 2 teams. I can name Portland, Sac, Spurs, Utah.
Portland.
Yeah, they beat Portland to go to the chip, and Portland was about to beat them. They barely beat Portland.
Which
Portland was loaded. No.
Pippen. Yeah.
All right, I'm thinking like
Bonzi Wells, Pippen, Steve Smith, Rasheed Wallace.
I haven't thought about Bonzi in a minute.
Grant. Jermaine O'Neal. I didn't slide far enough. Yeah, that team was loaded. So I think that it was, and the competition to me is easy. The West was definitely harder back then. And the fact that when you take 2 players out the East and put them on one team, it makes that path easier. So it's good. No. I'll credit you for the 10. But how we value things is different.
Okay.
Sure. And can I ask you this then? When you say, okay, and I'm not disagreeing, if the West is the tougher conference, I still got to play the team in the finals. It ain't like it's an easier team I'm playing. Still got to play. You said the West is stronger. He always got to play the West in the finals. So it's not like he's skipping out of it. So that's all I'm saying.
He couldn't. It's inevitable. The East got to play the West.
But that's my point. If we're gonna say it's tough, he still had to play the toughest team in the toughest conference at the end of the season.
Yeah, but they also had to play the best team in the league that you just assembled.
I mean, it ain't. No, it's not act like he always had the best team in the finals. He hasn't. He hasn't always had the best. Actually, if you actually look at it now, he's actually had the worst team more often than not. He hasn't had the best team majority of the time. The Warriors messed that up for him, or made it better for him.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this: if LeBron was a better shooter, we wouldn't be having this debate. If LeBron didn't choke in those games, those finals, because the first one he couldn't shoot. The defense that Popovich played on him was clog the lane, stop him from shooting. It wasn't Booby that couldn't shoot. It wasn't him that couldn't shoot. It was LeBron that couldn't shoot. So that one championship. No. Let me speak for 1 second. Okay. LeBron caused that shit because he didn't know how to shoot at that time, regardless of his age.
That was
the Mavs.
The first one he lost was against the Mavs, right?
No, the first one he lost against the Spurs, swept.
By himself against the.
Oh, you're talking about.
You're not by yourself if you make it to the championship. You're not by yourself if you beat that Detroit team that just beat Kobe. You wasn't just by yourself.
You're talking about Cleveland. All right.
You just beat the Detroit team that just beat Kobe, right? And the Lakers, right? You wasn't by yourself.
Okay. So you thought he was going to beat that Spurs team? That's what I answered the question. Did you think he was going to beat that Spurs team?
No, I didn't think he was going to beat that Spurs team because the way Popovich played defense on him, it showed that his liability was shooting at that time, and he couldn't outshoot them to win.
Even if he could have shoot, even if he would, so you put whoever you want on that team, take LeBron off, put another superstar, you think they would beat that Spurs team? I'm asking that question.
You do know what? I'm gonna move on to another championship. Dallas. Who lost that one?
Sure, he lost that. You got it.
Hold up.
Okay.
So that's 2 losses. Thing is, that's not just 2 losses. That's 2 losses that he didn't do what he needed to do to win. If I come to the game without bullets, if I come to a gunfight without the proper bullets, they ain't my fault that you ain't got the right bullets. You started playing this game to shoot the ball in the hoop. You couldn't shoot that well. Nah, ain't the GM's fault. It's your fault. You should have been a better shooter. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You should have been a better shooter.
So what defense did they play against LeBron with Popovich, right?
They crowded the paint. They crowded the paint. Make LeBron shoot, because you know LeBron is a high percentage player inside of 5 feet. Make him shoot from 12.
So they 15. Only crowded the paint? They didn't they didn't put doubles on him? Or nothing like that?
They didn't. Come on, bro. It's basketball. You're going to do more than one defensive play.
I know, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I get it, and I agree with what you're saying is that they did other things, but that's the main base thing they did in multiple Spurs championships to make LeBron struggle.
But who could you have put on that team that you thought was going to beat that Spurs team? That's what I'm saying. Like,
who would I put on what? That's really, I don't even want to answer that question.
Can I interject?
Okay, I'm gonna let you interject because you're saying you're making it seem as if make LeBron be able to shoot and he was going to beat the Spurs. That's what I hear from you. That's what it sounds like to me.
No, if LeBron was a better shooter, I think LeBron would have probably won more. This debate wouldn't even be a fucking question because I think his his pure shooting was a liability.
So you think that if LeBron was a better shooter at that time when he beat the Spurs, would he have beat them? Yes or no?
Yes, because if you're going to give me all these fucking wide open jump shots, I'm going to knock them down. That's basic basketball.
But then they'll just pop.
But then they would just switch it, right?
And then I'm a great passer, and then I'm a great passer, and then I'm going to facilitate because then I can dictate the game. So hold up, listen. This is basic basketball. You shoot.
Yeah, basic.
Hold up. If you shoot and can dribble, you can dominate the game because now I can do whatever I want.
But what if I have two other dudes that could do the same thing on my team and I can do that versus just you one guy that could do that?
Do you think that LeBron lost that game because Boobie Miles wasn't shooting?
I think that
Boobie Miles was hot that fucking whole playoffs.
No, what I think is basketball, the better team normally wins in basketball. That's what I think.
Yeah, they played great team defense and they exposed the liability.
Can I say something?
Oh, yeah, my bad, Ryan. You've been wanting to speak. Go ahead. My bad.
We do, we're talking about a dude who's 6'9", 250, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's another guy out there that's a little bit of a freak named Greek Freak, and he came to shoot like LeBron.
Yeah, but it's a 7'7" nigga right now that can shoot like fucking crazy.
No, but my point.
So are you telling me that you mean that height means you can't shoot?
No. My point is this about where we are talking about, if you were to put another superstar onto this game. First off, it's not really about the skill set. It's more so we're talking about the mindset about LeBron. LeBron's mindset did not win him those ball games. And we've seen plenty of times with LeBron's mindset where he looked weak.
And how did he look when he won the championship? Did he look weak?
Yeah.
I mean, he had
I'm joking. No.
I'm saying let me just get this straight and everything. Okay. We wouldn't even be talking about this whole like LeBron versus Kobe thing, like how Tony started up the conversation. This really should be LeBron versus Magic.
Yes, I agree.
We're talking about like a whole different dog kennel over here, which he deserves.
Talking bullies versus Rockwellers over here.
Right. He should be over to this kennel and keep him in his kennel well deserved, because we're gonna find a lot of ways to disrespect him. Yes, I'm disrespecting him by calling him mentally weak. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna admit that, because I'm calling him mentally weak. But I'm also gonna call it like it is and everything, because then it says the people we're comparing him to, not saying that they were won or lost, because we saw Jordan lose without Scottie. We saw Kobe lose without Shaq, but we know that we will get all out effort from them. We will also see the fact that certain teams won't play them differently because that's not their weakness. Kobe's weakness is not shooting a jump shot, but it is LeBron's. But that's LeBron's mindset. LeBron doesn't do extra after things when it comes to his shot. He finally did, though, correction in his three-pointer. He changed up his three-pointer for sure.
I used to agree with you on this mentally weak thing 100%. But I don't today.
Thank you.
And the reason why is because it is disrespectful to tell me what you know is going on through my fucking head.
But and it's also disrespectful to say he ain't working on his jumper.
No, I'm not even talking about that part. I am aware of some of the mental weak situations. Yeah, when LeBron wasn't in that championship game and his mother getting fucked by West at that time.
Jeez.
Being exposed.
Let's be respectful. Let's be respectful.
What the fuck did I say? I said the truth.
You didn't have to say it. They didn't need to know that.
His mother went
you could have said anything else. You ain't have to say all of that. You could have said he was dealing with his life problems. You could have left it at that.
Nigga. Fuck. Nigga, I said exactly what the fuck, nigga, what it was. Nigga, don't that type of shit make you want, nigga, you ain't gonna perform either.
I mean, that's true, but
I can sit here and say where he ain't show up in that game, but I kind of know why.
My only point is this: like, we can critique all we want, but unless you think that somebody else could have done a better job or would have won that series, it's kind of, I don't think he got to evolve. Like, players evolve their game over time, and LeBron has definitely shown that his game has constantly evolved. He does shoot better from the three. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all make it seem like he played him in his fourth year, I think, in the league. Like, what did you expect him to do? Of course, he's gonna have some flaws in this game. You know what I'm saying? And the Spurs capitalize on it as they should. But even if he had a complete game at that time, in my opinion, he still wasn't beating the Spurs because Spurs were a more complete team. And normally in basketball, if I got a better or more complete team, whatever word you want to use, majority of the time I'm going to win. So like I said, I knocked LeBron for the times that I expected him to win, or I at least thought it was 50-50 at best. You know what I'm saying? Those will be the times like a Dallas series. That's a 1-0. Y'all had a squad. Y'all should have won that. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that I look at. You know what I'm saying? But times when I didn't expect him to win, I'm not going to hold it. I'm not going to hold him against him for not winning because it's not football. Football's different. It's any given Sunday.
I never not expected him not to win none of the series. I didn't think that he was just going to lose.
I'm not even bringing up the winning either. This is nothing about winning. This is still for me and the mentality.
I was speaking to Javon, not to you. I wasn't speaking to you.
I'm not speaking about winning.
But like, I get what you're saying, Ron. It's kind of like, who's your cup of tea, right? Like at the end of the game, right? If Kobe gonna take the shot, no matter what the fuck is happening, Kobe's gonna take the shot.
But it doesn't have to be Kobe. I can appreciate effort. That's what I'm saying. I can appreciate the fact of hard work. It don't have to be a Kobe.
But
that's where I disagree with you, though, Ron. That's why I disagree. Yeah, that's why I disagree with you.
Yeah, is that what y'all saying?
No, no, because you're bringing up other great people in a sense like, oh, he got to do it just like Kobe. No, I'm not expecting LeBron to do it like Kobe. I'm expecting LeBron, but I want to see the best version of LeBron. That's what I'm saying. LeBron not having a jumper is not the best version. LeBron not giving effort on certain things or doing passes he don't need to be doing, that's not the best version.
What do you mean effort though?
Anything else?
Yeah, that's what do you mean by
effort? That's what I hung up on. Like when you say he's not giving effort, like that's weird. I'm trying
defensive
to
effort is the only thing I can ever say about.
Yeah, because I've had moments when Jason Terry was guarding him and he passed the ball up, and he had.
But he was not there. 6'9",
250 versus Jason Terry.
He wasn't there.
Ron, you said effort.
Right. What I got to do with effort?
Effort means like
effort. We can talk about is the
effort. No, I listen to me. I said I'm hung up on you saying he's not giving effort. That's weird. Like, remember the whole time it's like the chase down block. That's fucking effort.
But that's time out. That's one out of. Go on, Javon. Go on.
No. I get what both of y'all saying. Ron's talking effort when he was playing against Jason Terry, passing the ball up and not attacking Jason Terry.
Okay.
You're talking about effort as in you disrespecting LeBron's effort as the motherfuckers running up and down the court. No, there's no disrespect to LeBron's effort
but Ron,
and
like
what he puts into the game to be physically fit. There's no disrespect in that.
The word effort doesn't fit there. Like, so that's what I'm like disagreeing with. Like him backing down Jason Terry and passing the ball is not effort. That's just bad decision making.
Of attacking.
That's bad decision making. Like you could say bad decision making. Cool. Like that's not effort. Like when you tell the one thing that you don't want to ever attack an athlete on is their effort their passion or their desire to do something, right? You get what I'm saying? Like they're at the highest level. You can't say they're not giving effort. That's when you say effort, that's what I think of.
I can say you didn't give effort.
That's not what you meant.
No, I can say you didn't give effort on a specific play. I'm not gonna disrespect somebody and say they didn't give effort in a professional.
Right. So like that's not what you meant, Ron. Cool. Yeah. But that's when you say effort, that's what I hear. That's the only thing that
He's saying that word is kind of
that's not what you meant.
That athlete. Yeah, you're not saying effort. He didn't give effort to attack Jason. He just didn't make the best decision to attack.
Right. To attack. It's bad decision making. So I get you. I'm not disagreeing. And like shit, Stevenson, the dude Dallas had, Stevenson, he was guarding LeBron James. Jason Kidd was guarding LeBron James. Sean Marion was guarding LeBron James. Like that shouldn't happen, really.
Man, I can argue against any debate that y'all sit here and go against or against. So look, LeBron lost to Dallas. We can also say Dallas beat Kobe. We can say LeBron beat the Celtics, or LeBron beat the Detroit team, but Kobe couldn't beat the Detroit team. We can go back and forth about the teams. Man, they're great. They all great. What else can we say really wrong?
Hey, that was a good point that you just made, though. That was a good point that you just made. What? About the Dallas team that beat Kobe, and then the team to beat the Heat.
I mean, no, it didn't just beat Kobe. Didn't they beat the Spurs too?
Yeah, did it all.
That's a good point.
That was one of the greatest runs.
I mean, they came out of nowhere, right? I mean, they wasn't a team they was always a good team in the West when they had Nash and Nowinski that could never get over the hump. They finally had a year, but they also had an old squad that came together and played well together. I think they exposed Miami at that time because of just chemistry.
I got a question, actually.
And LeBron also struggled in that. That series.
Let me ask the Mavericks fan real quick about level of difficulty. Who did the Mavericks had to play in order to play the Heat in the finals?
We beat Kobe. I forgot who we. Hold on.
Y'all beat the Thunder too. I think that year.
We did.
Yeah, I did. Y'all did beat KD in them.
Hold on.
The Spurs? No.
I think they did all three. They might have did all three, but
I think so.
Look at that, James. Yeah, I think it is all three.
So
here's the thing.
Hold on. Let me get your answer. So we beat.
No. Because you know what? You already gave me my answer.
No,
but it was an answer that I didn't want. No, for real, it was an answer that I did not want.
I know. I got you. I'm laughing. That's what I'm laughing.
You see what I'm saying?
Say it. I'm trying to understand.
If you would have known, you would never even have to Google it.
But no, I didn't know.
Hold on, no. I'm talking about James. James is the Mavericks fan.
I didn't know the first round. Like, nigga, that's 2011. That's over 10 years ago.
Nigga, I'm a Lakers fan. I couldn't even tell you who. Not the four teams they played in each.
All right, look, Ron. The only one I'll tell you that I knew for sure.
Ron, like it's only one damn championship. You should have known that.
No, but I'm saying because honestly, his non-answer didn't even help. You feel me? For what I was about to get into. Because
what are you about to get into?
Huh?
What are you about to get into?
If you would have known your answer, and then I would ask you the same question: who did the Heat go through? That should tell you a lot.
Who did he go through? The Celtics and
like I said, I
Danny
don't know.
Granger.
I saying I don't know. That's why I asked the Mavericks fan.
I asked the
Mavericks fan who did he play? He didn't know the answer, and he didn't know the answer behind the Sixers.
The Heat beat the Sixers, the Celtics, and the Bulls. Like,
what was on the Sixers team?
Derrick Rose was hurt. You said the Sixers?
He said the Sixers. Who the hell was on that Sixers team?
All right, hold on. But
either way,
it's the same shit. Like
Elton Brand.
I only remember that one playoff series against the Lakers because of, you remember the whole shit with Andrew Bynum. We swept them. They had the comedy series where they were doing Kobe's press conferences after each game, and how you get more pissed off every fucking time.
Either way,
the Sixers had Elton Brand, you're right, Drew Holiday, Iguodala, Thaddeus Young, Lou Williams, Evan Turner, Jody Meek, Spencer Hawes, Tony Battie.
What was their record? What's their record, Jay?
They were the 7th seed. I don't know if it's going to show me. Oh, it is. They were 41-41. So a 500 team, they're a 7 seed in the East.
That's some shit. The East was some shit back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
right.
Mavs.
That wraps us up for a good unbiased sports talk and everything. You will not keep this anything any longer because that means we have to break this thing up so much and everything.
No, you don't. Just put the show there.
No. We're not gonna put all this
the
out.
Blazers, they had Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge and Gerald Wallace and Wesley Matthews.
Anyways, I'm gonna ask what's his face? How you put people on mute? I got a bonus question for y'all. This is my bonus question.
What? You came with a bonus question. Here you go.
Is Tua showing that he's a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes?
No.
Okay.
Who the fuck thought that? Did you think that?
That wasn't a bonus question. That
James,
was like
don't you know Ron?